Hello, and welcome back to Girl We Gotta Talk podcast. Today I'm joined by another podcaster. She's an incredible podcast. Camila Vola is the host behind My Point of View podcast. And today we're going to have a little fun. We're going to do a truth or drink game. We both have our drinks. Actually, what are you drinking? I have my drink here. What are you drinking?
I have here a seltzer. It's like kind of like a vodka with lime seltzer, but it's way like not so strong as it would be with vodka, you know? I
Yeah,
mean,
fun. And a
it's
cute
like
little
a
glass.
Argentinian brand. Yeah, with like
Cute.
a turquoise little straw.
Well, I'm so excited to have you on. I'm excited to just chat. I feel like you and I were just saying before we got on here, we always interview people and stuff, but it'll be fun to just like kind of like get loose a little bit and talk about us and just see what these questions are about. A lot of you guys sent in some wild questions, and some of them are pretty they're pretty standard. They're not like too crazy, but we have a good mix. So I'm excited. We'll kind of go back and forth and answer them, or we'll drink if we don't want to answer them. But yeah, I'm excited. So thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, or we'll drink even if we want to answer
Or
them
just
too,
drink
because
right after you answer.
I've been looking forward to drinking this thing
I
since we
know.
started.
Okay, well,
So
virtual cheers.
yeah, virtual cheers.
Okay. Okay. All right, first question. What is something or someone that makes you jealous?
Ooh. I could go with like a very easy answer and say someone super famous, but I'm gonna go with like I was actually watching your last episode with Brooke, and I'm really jealous of Brooke, but not in a bad way, in a good way. Like she has the life that I would love to have. Like she works for herself. She lives in a beautiful apartment in New York City. Like the floor to windows. Oh my god, the floor to ceiling windows, I die. And she's also like so pretty, and I don't know. I feel like the whole YouTuber. I was actually thinking about it before we started recording. The whole YouTuber and kind of living like working for yourself, but not as a freelancer, as a YouTuber, basically just sharing your life and that making you money, that already makes me jealous. Like I
No.
wish I could do that. So I'm gonna go with Brooke Mitchell. But I love her though, not in a bad way, but her apartment.
Yeah. Mine's kind of the same because I am just jealous of someone that can like live independently like that and like be just someone that's like super successful like because of themselves. I think that's so cool.
She's also so young. She's just like 1 year older than me, and she has so much, and I have so little compared.
No, you have so much. It's just
But it's
different too
okay.
because like for me, her and I are the same age, and we talked about it in that
Mhm.
episode where I like grew up watching her, and so it's so easy to compare I'm just like comparing
Okay.
myself, like my life to her life, and like she's in New York City because of her like job and situation, and she just has like the coolest life. And I think anybody online, like all the influencers I follow, I'm like, damn, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because basically, again, it's their life. Because, for example, Katie Bellotti, she also shares her life, but she also works for people. And I do freelancing. So it's not the same. Like, it's not the same as being a YouTuber. I think being a YouTuber is way cooler, personally.
Yeah. um, ooh, okay. Next question. What is the worst gift you ever got?
Ooh, wait. Uh, oh my God. I'm looking to see. I probably won't have it here, but I'm trying to think. Probably I have a thing where my birthday is in December, which is summer here, and I kind of hate summer. No shade to the people that like summer, but I kind of hate the fashion that comes with summer, like the shorts and the sandals and the flip flops, and everyone always gives me like a towel or like flip flops, and I hate them, but I never like when they give you the gift and you're like, oh, thank you, wow, and you're like, I hate this, and you don't know what to say. That always happens to me, and I wish my birthday was in winter, to be completely honest. But yeah, there's nothing like super remember, like something that I would remember that's really really bad. But yeah, pair of sandals probably, or flip flops that I really really hated and I never really got rid of them.
That's so funny. I feel like the whole like opening a gift and the whole reaction part of it is so difficult. Like when I first started dating my boyfriend, he was like, just like a heads up, like anytime I open gifts, I have the worst reaction. It doesn't mean that I don't like it, but just so you know, like if I don't react the way you want, like I promise you I like the gift. And I was like, what kind of
Oh,
what? And then I gave him a gift and he was like, oh my, like he freaked out about it. And I was like, are you faking it? Is this what you were talking about? And he's like, no, I just really like it. Maybe I'm not bad at reactions. Maybe I've just
what?
had bad gifts my whole life.
Oh my god,
I'm like,
no.
oh my
But
gosh.
I miss when I was a kid that they would just leave the gifts in like a gift bag and I could open them later. I hate opening my gifts in front of people. I feel
Yeah.
so awkward because I have a really hard time faking it when I don't really like it and I'm like, wow. And it's so obvious that I don't actually like it.
Yeah. So much pressure with it. Mine was it's not like terrible, but I just was like, I don't think I'll ever use this. My grandmother, I love her so much. She like went to this crafts shop or craft fair or something, and someone made like earrings out of spoons. So I have
Oh.
like spoon earrings. I don't know where they are.
Oh
And
my god.
she was like, aren't they so cute? Aren't they like so different? I'm like, yes, because you're supposed to eat with them. But and then
Oh
my
my
brother
god.
got like a spoon keychain, like the same. It was for Christmas, and he got a spoon keychain to match my earrings. I was like, okay.
Going to the restaurant and taking your keychain to eat dessert.
You never
That
know
would
when
be.
you'll need a spoon. It's fine.
Hmm. Oh
What
my
is
god.
your absolute biggest pet peeve?
Oh, I have so many. Oh my god. And I don't ever actually recognize that they're pet peeves, but I always call myself a Monica Geller when it comes to organization. I don't know if you ever seen Friends.
Yeah.
I'm very organized. I'm very Google Calendar dependent. I have worked with some of my best friends in like a political communications team for a campaign, and we all work the same, and we all have like the same team dynamic and with organization. And the people that didn't really match our organization skills killed me because I was like, how do you don't want to put this on your Google Calendar? Like, why don't you use it? Like, I don't get it. And the people who are like, oh, we'll see when we do it, I'm like, no, 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 I need a time and a date and like a space in my Google Calendar reserved for this. So basically, people with no organization skills are probably one of my biggest pet peeves. Yes. And the fact that also one thing, I love Apple and iPhone, and I have an iPhone. I have the iPhone 7, which is about to die. And the fact that they are so like, I don't know how to say it, but they make them to kind of break them. They always make you want to spend more money. Like now you buy the 12 and you have to buy the little cube to charge it to the wall. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what, why are you making this to me? I'm not gonna stop buying it, but it makes me really angry. I'm like, why? You have all the money in the world, just give me the little cube with the phone. It's the
Yep.
$1,000 phone.
No, they know what they're doing. They know it. They know that you're gonna keep buying it, so they're just like, we'll do
But
whatever
that
we want.
really annoys me so much.
I know that's so funny. I feel like I have a million and two pet peeves. But like when I read that out loud, I'm like, what's my biggest pet peeve? I need someone else to tell me what my pet peeve is because they'll probably like notice it. Like, okay, what is
Yeah.
something that I freak out about? Like, I think the only thing that is coming to mind right now, and I know there's like way worse ones, but my biggest pet peeve is like when I can hear people chew. I don't know if that's a pet peeve, but like if I can hear people chewing, like even if their mouth is closed and I can like hear the food in their mouth, that's like I can't deal with that. And then I
Yeah.
really can't stand like bad drivers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like I have serious road rage. Like I cannot. I'm like I feel like people have different opinions on my driving. People sometimes will say that I'm a great driver. And then there's other times where people say that I'm reckless. Honestly, I
Wow.
think I call myself an efficient driver. Like I get to a place quickly but like safely. And
That's the perfect mix.
right. I don't think that I'm like like a crazy person when I drive, but I hate slow drivers and I hate people that don't know what they're doing and like can cause accidents. Like I just am
Yeah.
like, why are you on the road? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
And the people that get on their cars drunk, I hate those kids that are my age that literally drink like 2 beers and then they get on their car and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
That's yeah. That's like another just like not even pet peeve, just like moral that I have. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, terrible. Okay, what is your biggest insecurity right now? This is a tough one.
Ooh. Ooh. Wait a second. I had such a like a self-love discovery journey on 2020 that me from 2020, like this time last year, I would have said like something from my body. And thank God I'm not there anymore. But oh, I don't know. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I would probably have
Something about
said,
my personality probably. Oh, I know. I overthink too much, and that's one of my biggest insecurities. Like for example, the other day we had dinner with friends, and I said some stupid jokes that weren't funny, but I said sorry, like, hey, sorry, I thought this was funny when it wasn't, and I'm still thinking about them. And this happened last Saturday, and it's Wednesday, and I'm still like thinking about it, like, oh my god, were they mad? Should I apologize again? And it's like, stop it, no one cares.
yeah.
I hate that.
That's like the worst feeling too when you second guess yourself and you like days later you're still thinking of the situation. That's like the worst
Mm,
feeling. I hate that feeling.
yeah. And I do that
Um,
with everything. That's the thing. Not just I gave the example with friends, but I do it with my podcast episodes, with my podcast intros, with what I wear, with everything. And it gets really tiring sometimes because your brain never stops working. You know, it's like the worst case scenario all the time. And you're like,
yeah,
can this just work for one? Like, can we just be on a positive note?
I know. I know. I kind of wanted to say overthinking too, but I feel like lately I've kind of like lost the care about it. Like I don't let myself overthink anymore. So I kind of just like
That's
put it out of my
great.
head and I just don't think about it at all. I'm trying to think. I think I don't know how to word this, but I feel like I always second guess. I always get a little bit nervous about how people perceive me versus like I'll be like if I'm in a situation with somebody and I think that the situation went really well, like if it's like a coworker or like a new person I'm meeting, I'll be like, "Oh my God, that went really well." And then like a couple days later or like after the fact, I'll be like, "I don't know, maybe they thought like I was this way or maybe they thought like," and I kind of second guess how other people perceive me. I feel like
Yeah.
that's been a common thing lately. I don't know why. Because I really don't
Yeah.
care. Like, I'm very like outgoing. I really don't care what people think. Not like in a bad way, but like, I don't really, like I said, I don't really like overthink things. I just kind of like live my life. But now
Yeah.
lately, I've started to notice that I'll like talk to people and be like, yeah, I just like don't know what they think about me. And I'm like, but why do I care? Like, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
You're
know.
like fighting with the demon and the angel here, like
Yeah.
talking to you. Like, you should care. Oh no, you shouldn't care.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a weird, I don't, but like you said too, if this was like 2020, if this was like a year ago right now, I probably would
Yeah.
have like said something about my body or something like that. Like I was just in a completely different headspace a year from now.
Yeah.
So
And I also I realized now that I'm busy, but not as busy as I was because I used to travel. Like here in Argentina, school, we don't move to like dorms or separate apartments and all of that. It's like high school, you still live with your parents. So I still live with my parents. Most of my friends still live with their parents. That kind of usually sucks because you live growing up, you see all of this USA standards, and you come here and it's so not like that because you are accustomed to that, and here we're not. And it's like, well, wait, I wanted like the whole party, frat party situation, and I don't have it and all that. And so whatever, I wasn't going to go there. But what I wanted to say is that I realized, looking back on what I was doing a year from now, how busy I made myself be, so I just didn't have to spend time with myself and looking at myself. And that, when you don't actually realize it in the moment, you just do things and stuff. And when you think about why you're doing the things that you're doing, you're like, whoa, I really didn't want to hang out with myself. And now I love hanging out with myself. And being an introvert, it is hard to not want to hang out with yourself and always be with people, because I am an introvert. And I get the biggest headaches when I'm like 8 hours with people. I'm like, okay, I need to be alone. This is too much, too much. And so I've always had like headaches, and I was always tired, and I never really slept, and I was never home. And then looking back, it's like, well, I really didn't want to spend time with myself or face the fact that I was still at home, or the fact that I'm still like a year behind on college because I changed so many things about my life that made me really insecure. And now I just got over those and it feels so good. And I thought that that was like, maybe this is stupid, just one other thing and we can move to the question. But I thought that I'm talking about the single people community, we were going to do like a pact in 2020, like, hey, we're not going to date this year. It's not safe. So we're going to work on ourselves. And all of a sudden, everyone's coming out now with boyfriends, like a year anniversary. And I'm like, what,
You didn't stick
what
to
is
the
going
pact.
on? I'm like, I thought we had an agreement at the beginning of the year that this wasn't going to happen. And so I'm like, whoa, well, that's good. You're
No, but
like,
honestly,
okay.
you win because now you're like so secure in yourself that if you did get in a relationship, you're solid. Like, you
Yeah.
know?
I thought that about, I'm thinking about the 2019 me getting into a relationship and the 2021 me. And I'm like, oh no, girl, that
Yeah.
would have been so toxic. And I just didn't need that in my life. So I'm thankful. But I'm still kind of laughing because everyone now is like, oh, yes, I had 100 dates in quarantine. And I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
Who? When?
How did
When?
that
Really?
happen?
When? Also had other priorities like seeing my family. My grandma lives really near, so I had other priorities and people to take care of, which again in the US and someone that lives alone has other priorities that are not the same as mine. But still, I'm really surprised by the fact that no one did what I did. I'm like, wait, what?
I did not get the memo.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Okay, next question is, okay. When was the last time you lied and can you say who you lied to? This is a hard one.
Oh, I should remember this because I lie really often. That sounds so bad, but I do say small lies all the time.
Yeah, like little white
And
lies.
yeah, I don't remember. If you remember
Yeah.
before me, just say it.
No, I honestly can't. If there was like a huge lie, like I'd probably just say it, but I don't lie. I get nervous about lying and I also can't lie well. Like if I even
Hmm.
start to say a lie, I'll like smile. Like I can't get it out and people are like, you're terrible. Can you just say what you're going to say?
Yeah, I don't think I lie. I maybe sometimes exaggerate things. That's why I'm saying maybe I lie often. I don't lie often. I exaggerate stories when I tell
Yeah.
them, and they look like something more than they are, and they're probably like the most common situation ever. And I'm like, oh my God, can you believe what happened in my house, in my family dinner? And really nothing happened. We were just talking, but I'm like making it like, no, my dad did this and my mom said this, and really nothing happened. And my friends are like, wow. And I'm like, wow, yes.
That's a crazy life.
Yeah, wow.
I know. I'm trying to, it would definitely be a white lie. And I'm sure I say white lies all the time, but I say white lies to like, to be nice, like to be polite. Like, I can't
Like
think.
the gift situation.
Yeah, exactly. I can't think of
Oh
the,
my God, I love it.
we'll
And
just
it's
trade
like,
since we
no.
can't really.
Yeah, we should. We should.
What's something that you've always done, but found out as you grew up that it wasn't normal?
This is a good one. I'm trying to think of something weird that I do. I always do things like weirdly.
I don't know. I feel like I need somebody to be here to be like, this is what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, because my friends would probably know this
Yeah.
answer. I'm sure that they would know, but I don't know. I do so many weird things because I have, for example, I'm not good at reading the normal clock, like the clock with the, how do you call it?
Mhm.
I'm really bad at that because it was a whole movie situation that I kind of never went to those classes in school. I don't know, it's a whole story. So I truly never learned it. And so I don't know, I always write it down or something like that. Or for the left and right, I always do this, and the one with the L is the left. I always have like things with that people are like, what are you doing? You're 22. And I'm like, I don't know which one is my right hand and which one is my left hand. I'm sorry.
Those are good. Um, yeah, I mean, there's got to be like little things like that that I do. I just can't obviously remember it.
No, in school, I also used to put 2 foundations on my face to go to school, which is still kind of insane to think about it. Which I now realize that it was not normal, but at the time it was so normal at 6:30 a.m. just putting on a base of foundation, and then I had really bad acne here and here, and I literally put
Doubled
the
it?
base foundation. Yeah, I put the face foundation with my fingers and then grab like what would be a powder brush like this, and I would pack on the foundation here and went to school like that. Well, with eyeliner also, which is so not normal. I see my little sister, which I was her age, she's 14, 15 now, and I see her go like natural to school, and I'm like, wow, I really didn't do that at all.
If we had to talk about our like middle school, high school outfits, makeup,
Oh.
like I have so much to say on that. Like I found a photo the other day. It was like my first day of 8th grade.
Oh
And
my
I'm
god.
like standing outside my house with my neighbors. Like we're getting ready to like we walk to school. And I'm like we're getting ready to walk. I'm wearing this like brown strapless sundress with like a white crochet belt.
Oh my
Super
god.
so stylish. But my makeup was the issue because I didn't
Oh,
understand what bronzer was. I thought bronzer you
no.
would put everywhere and it was like better to like look tan. I thought that was the whole point. I didn't understand. And the
Then
photo,
overall.
yeah.
Oh my god.
And the photo is like I didn't blend. So I have this like dark mark on the like on my forehead of just bronzer just like packed right on there. Like I didn't even blend it in. I just left the house like that. My parents took a picture of me and they sent me on my way looking like that. And I had braces, like I just like
Oh.
it was the whole thing. And I was
And
like
also like I always layer up shirts. Like I used to have a shirt, a normal shirt that I could totally wear without a shirt underneath, but I wore a short sleeve shirt underneath. It was so awkward. Like the longer shirts with like the jeans.
Why did we
It was
I always put like a white tank top cami thing under every shirt. And then
yeah,
I would like roll the
ugly,
top shirt.
so ugly.
I would roll the top shirt up so you could still see the like the cami under it. Like why?
Mm,
Literally why?
no, no, no,
Literally
no,
I could
no.
do a whole episode on like the terrible things I chose to wear to school and like
You
what I
should
looked
with
like.
pictures.
Yeah. Oh my God. That would
No,
be
no, and
brutal.
the lower rise jeans and like the hair. I used to have like a fringe. Oh my god, no, 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 no.
Yeah. You
But the
know,
makeup was a thing because I had to go natural to school. Like makeup wasn't allowed, quote unquote. I went with two foundations on my face and no one said anything to me. But yeah, later down the road, I realized that that wasn't normal, but I did it for like a year and a half, which is insane. I don't
you
know how
know,
my face is still alive.
I'm surprised that like we made it through life looking like the way that we did because
I cannot believe that's coming back also. Like the fashion, when I see it, I'm like, no, 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 no.
yeah.
No. The lower rise jeans are never coming back. Can we
No,
just no?
please don't. Like I don't want them. They're not even
My little
comfortable.
sister told me, like, oh my god, I want lower rise jeans. And I'm like, no, you don't. You sit down and your full body's out. Like it's not
Yeah,
comfortable.
they're not even comfortable. Like, oh my God, no. Um, okay, this is actually kind of related. When do you think you peaked in life? Or have you peaked in life, I guess?
Not yet. I think I want to move to New York for everyone that's listening. And I think I'm gonna do it 2 years tops, like 2 years tops, less than 2 years from now. Yes, if I'm correct. So that's really exciting because I'm from really far away. If you think
Yeah.
about it, I'm like really down here in Argentina. Uh, I hope I pick there, but if I have to choose a moment in life when I almost picked, I would say now. Like I'm the most comfortable in myself now. I have this podcast and I'm connecting with amazing people all over the world. I'm talking in English on a weekly basis. So yeah, I would say now. I'm freelancing, I'm working, I'm on my last year of my international relations major. Like I would say now, yes.
Yeah, you're thriving. You are really thriving. I know. I don't want to like say that I've peaked yet because that's just going to be kind of depressing if I've peaked. But I feel like kind of like what you said, this is probably the best version of myself so far.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I just want to get better. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to I'm like on the incline, but I don't want to be at the top yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, those people that picked in high school, I am so sorry for you. Like that's so depressing.
It
I
is.
cannot even imagine picking in high school and then what you do the rest of your like let's say 70 more years that you lived, like going down.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
You know, it's so interesting to see people from high school like I met up with some high school friends a couple weeks ago, and it's just crazy how much like we change from that point. And it's weird because you remember that person from that point of your life. So you remember them as like an 18-year-old, which is so
Mm.
weird. And we're all like in our like mid 20s now and like graduated from college. If you've graduated from college, you're working. Like it's just weird. And it's just
You're
yeah.
all adults now. That's the weird thing. I
And
think
it's
that you never picture yourself as an adult, and then you see someone that you knew as a teen as an adult, and you're like, "Whoa, I am that too."
I know. Also, why did like when you were in high school and when you were in middle school and stuff, why did everyone older than you seem so much older? Like now that
Oh,
we're there, I'm like, I don't feel old. I don't feel like like a big kid. You know how everyone was like, oh my God, look how old they are. They like graduated and whatever. I'm like, I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. But when I was little and I looked up to people this age, I'm like, wow, they really have their shit together. This is so cool. Like I can't wait to be a grown up. And now I'm like, honey, nobody knows what we're doing.
no.
Like this is
No.
all
And
facade.
also, I feel like our parents' generation had so much shit already figured out in the 20s, and now like the 30s are the new 20s for me, at least in my mind, or at least I tell that to myself to be more calm in my day-to-day life. But my mom and my dad at 25 they were married. At 27 they had me, and I'm like 22 and I'm not even close, like
Yeah.
not even close to that, and I'm okay with that. Like that's not a problem. But when I was little I was like, okay, I'm gonna meet my boyfriend, like my future husband, at 18, and then at 22 I'm gonna live together with him, and then at 25 I'm gonna get married. And no, sweetie, no,
No.
sweetie.
It's funny,
No.
like I see all these TikToks where it's like, okay, so basically like based off of the timeline that I gave myself in high school, basically what you just said, like I need to you know, be dating a guy at least by 20. I want to be dating him for like a couple of years and then I want to get engaged, but I want to be engaged for like at least a year. So that means, and then it's like, so I'm basically 6 years behind because you know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah, I think the 30s are the new 20s and everyone just wants to like live their life to the fullest at this point and no one's rushing. I think the majority of people, no one like wants to rush to like do all that right now.
Yeah. And also, I feel like I've grown up watching so many high school shows that were played by people who were in their 20s that you imagine your high school and 18s and early 20s looking like that, and they really don't look like that. And I compare myself now to, for example, Friends, which is a more late 20s, early 30s show. And that is so
Yeah.
much more accurate than, I don't know, let's say, I don't Riverdale or something like that. That they're like 27 playing 18-year-olds, and you're like that's not real. Beside Riverdale is like a whole other story, but I don't cannot picture another show right now, like high school show. I don't know any show that from that time that was like high school people. They looked older because they were older.
Yep.
And people write this whole like crazy stories about high school, and that really doesn't happen. Usually in high school, you won't have a Gossip Girl kind of high school life, and it's okay if you don't. Like you shouldn't usually, but if you watch like this shows with older characters and other people, it's so much more normal. Like again, Rachel in Friends, she had her baby at 30, and
Yeah.
all of that, and she doesn't have her shit figured out until like 30 basically. She from the late 20s to early 30s she's still working at a cafe, and then her father calls her up and all of that, and then she finds out what she wants to be and is successful. But I feel like, I don't know, I people just shit on Friends all the time because it's not accurate or whatever. And the day-to-day show it's not accurate, but the overall thinking it's kind of accurate. It's better
Yeah.
to base your life off of that, and then I don't know, One Tree Hill, or something like that. That's never gonna happen.
Oh, One Tree Hill. Wow. That's a good one. That's also like, I don't know. I think all shows are a little tough because I think there are like a lot of real things that happen in it, but for the most part, it's
Mm,
pretty unrealistic. Like these are 30-year-olds playing like children.
yeah.
So,
But when they both come back in the after the first season and they're married, like Nathan and Haley, I'm like,
yeah.
no, like that never happened, and I never knew of anyone that did that,
No. Yeah, no.
And and they looked older because they were older also, and you think you're gonna look like that, and you don't look like that when you're 18 because
Definitely
you're not
not.
24.
Definitely not. I'll pull the photos up. Like that's not happening. Ooh, when was the last time you cried? This one's sad.
Yeah, I totally remember. It was last Saturday before hanging out with my friends because I didn't know what to wear. I'm in this fashion limbo where I don't know what people use or what is fashionable, but at the same time, I want to burn all my clothes. And also, I kept jeans and stuff that don't fit, and that is not a problem. Like, I don't care if they don't fit, but I need to get rid of them, and I never do. So when I open my closet, I think that I have so much clothes, and I don't. And so I put on these clothes, and I was like, I hate how I look. I hate how I look. And I started crying, and then my mom came and she helped me, and she always helps me. But I feel like last year, no, the year before that, I dressed like my mom, which no shade to my mom, I love her, but she dresses as her age, as a 40, 50-year old, and I want to dress as my age, but I don't know what people wear at my age. So I'm in like this fashion limbo where I don't know what to wear. So I cried because of that. It was
That's
really intense.
fair. I think because of COVID and everything this year, my closet is like it's like a year behind, I think. Like I just didn't I have a lot of like hoodies and I have a lot of sweatpants. But
Hmm.
then when it's time for me to like go be social and see somebody, I have no idea what to put on. And then the other night I was in the same thing. I was like, I have all these jeans. And okay, I cannot find good jeans. Like I need a brand that I know is going to fit me every single time I buy them because every time I
Yeah.
try a different brand of jeans, I think that I tell myself when I first put them on that these fit. I'm like, okay, I like the look of it. I like the fit of it. And then I put them in my drawer. And then when I go to put them on, whenever I want to wear them, they don't fit or they just like don't look right. And I'm like, why did I keep these? And why did I tell myself that these are working for me when they're not? So I got frustrated the other night too because I literally put on 3 pairs of jeans before I just put on like I don't even know what I ended up putting on. Oh, there's like I have one black pair of jeans that I like love and adore. And if every pair of jeans fit like that, I would buy them. But
Yeah.
it's so hard. Jeans are so difficult and I want to be like I also have a problem because I'm tall. Like I'm 5'9". So a lot of
I'm
jeans
5'8".
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love to yes. So you understand because jeans
And my sister is 5'10", so I know
yes, it's so
gene problem.
hard because they'll stop like when they're supposed to stop like right at your ankle and be like cute to put with booties. They stop at like mid shin. And then I'm like,
Awkward, yeah.
literally, what is like the last jeans I got were from Zara and I was so excited about them. And then these are the ones where I put them on and I was like, yeah, this will be fine. And then I put them on the other night. I'm like, why? Like, why did I keep these? It just
And
sucks.
also, I have a thing with jeans where I want them to be as comfortable as leggings, but they
Yes.
aren't. So I bought the very famous wide leg jeans from Zara, the one with the knee rip,
Do you
and I
like
love
those?
them. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I like the length and all, but I bought a size too big. They're too big. When I sit, they're super comfortable because they're big. But when I stand up, I have like a whole hand that I can put on the side. I could totally use a belt, but then they would like
Cinch
be
up.
tight on my waist when I sit, and they will be uncomfortable when I sit. So I never know what to wear when we go out to eat because it's like, yes, they look very pretty. They make me look very long, and my legs look very long and all that. But I wear them 2 times, and they're already like stretched out, and I'm like, oh, why did I wear this? But would I have bought the smaller size? Maybe not, because I want them to be. I hate when you cannot sit on jeans, and I bought a pair of mom jeans from Sarah also, and I washed them, and I cannot wear them anymore. Like they suffocate me when I sit down. Like I cannot even explain to you how painful they are. They're beautiful. They're super painful, and I cannot go out to with my friends with a painful jean. Like it's not worth it.
It's not the look.
So I'm like torn
Zara
on
is like
that.
hit or miss with jeans. They're either like super stretchy and like loose, or they're like literally zero stretch and like you can't breathe. It's so annoying.
That's why I bought the bigger size. But
Yeah.
now they're too big. I wear them anyways. I don't care. They look nice if I just. But for example, I want to wear a crop top, and you can totally just put a hand down my
Yeah.
pants, and just totally see my underwear, like 100%. So it's a whole thing with jeans, and yeah, clothes always make me cry because I usually now it's my body type is more quote unquote on style, if you want to say it. I always had like a more of an hourglass shape, so I have smaller waist and bigger hips, and it was always a thing for me to dress because I never looked like my friends. So it was always a big insecurity for me. And now I love them. I love also because they're on style. You look at yourself and you're like, everyone wants to have this, so I have them. But with jeans, it's a whole thing because I don't know. You have to sometimes make my shoulders match my hips. It's a whole thing. Like clothes really stress me out. So I always cry for clothes.
That's a fair one. It's just yeah, it's frustrating to be a girl because clothing like sizing is so annoying and so different with each store. And like, that's what I'm saying. If I can find one pair of jeans that like fit me perfectly, I'm just gonna buy them in every color,
Yeah. Size.
style.
Uh,
Like
yeah.
I'm trying to think the last time I cried. Yeah, 2 days ago.
We cried
Oh
so
my God.
sure.
Because so I don't cry that much. But my dog passed away a couple weeks ago, and he
Oh.
was a golden retriever. And yeah, it was like really, really sudden and happened in like a couple of hours that we had to like put him down. So it was like a really rough day. But it's been like getting like a little bit easier every single day, but then the other day it was like beautiful out, and I was like, "Oh my God, this would be like a perfect day to like walk him. This would be so fun." And I was out
Oh.
driving, and I like drove past a dog that looked just like him, like cuz he was a darker, like a lot of Goldens are like really bright blonde, but he was like
Mhm.
a darker like orangey color, which you don't like
Mm.
see that much. And I was driving by and I saw him, and I just like bursted into tears.
Mm.
I was driving and I was like like, and I just like lost it. And I was just like, it was like an angry cry. Like I was like, why like can't my dog be here for the like to walk? It would just sucked. But then I was like,
Mm.
wiped the tears away, like pulled up to the house, like I was good. you know? But yeah, that was
Yeah.
mine. That was
Mm.
not a fun time, but that's okay.
Yeah. Golden retrievers also are so. I have I think you call them poodles, which I love. Don't get me wrong, I love my dog. But golden retrievers are also so like family dogs. And they're
Yeah.
so like, I don't know. I want to have one when I have my house and all of that. And so, yeah, I know. At the first, I used to be so scared of dogs. And the first dog I actually touched and went near was a golden retriever because
Aw,
he didn't bark. And so I used to name all my little like stuffed animals after him. It was so cute.
that is so cute. Yeah, Goldens are just so friendly. Like they're really good family
Mm.
dogs, good with people. Have you ever broken up with someone just so that you didn't have to buy them a gift before a holiday?
No.
That's pretty good. Who asked this question? I'd love to
Who did
know.
that? Yeah.
Because you did it. Whoever asked has definitely done this.
I never even thought of it.
I haven't
I'm
thought of
really
it
bad
either.
with
That's
gifts though. I'm really bad with gifts. Like, you know, anytime I'm friends with someone or even in a relationship, I'm like, I'm not good with gifts. Like those people that make gifts for themselves, like in first month, 3 months, 2 months, I'm like, no, I couldn't think. Like, thank God I'm buying something for your birthday. Like, don't expect more than that because I don't know what to think. Like, I would buy more like natural things. Like, I saw something and it made me think of you, and I will buy it and give it to you. But if I have to think of a gift for like a 3 month anniversary, I would be
so
like,
hard.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
I almost the opposite. Like my one of my ex-boyfriends and I ended up breaking up, but I had already got him the gift. And I wasn't really gonna be able to return it. So I just sent it in the mail.
You gave it to him anyway? Stop.
I
Oh my
know. That
god.
was when I was just like dumb and I was too nice and generous, but it like I wasn't going to be able to return it. I didn't want it. Like it was just I'd rather just send it off and like never see it again than, you know what I mean?
It's the constant reminder if not there.
Yeah, I was like you can just have it, dude. Like it's fine. But that's pretty good. Did you ever break up with someone? So like that's some like
Like what in Thanksgiving? That's so bad.
like you're that cheap, like you don't want to buy somebody a gift, so you're just gonna like, okay, well, let's just break up so we don't have to do all that. Oh
No,
my God.
that's so bad. Like a shirt, whatever, literally whatever.
Next question. This was one of the first ones we got. Have you ever cheated on someone or helped someone cheat?
No, I hate I hate all of that. Like I'm so against it. So how do you say it? Like intensely against it that you cannot just man up or woman up or whatever you want to call it and be like, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore, and then go and do whatever you want with the other person. It's still wrong because there's a lot of a process of a loss there, but still you said it, and you're like, okay, you said it, at least you had the balls or whatever you want to call them to do that. And the fact that people don't even do that, like just call the other person before you cheat, like you are
Yeah.
aware. Like, I don't know. I'm so against it
Call
that I
just
would
call
never
them right before you, hey, just so you know, I'm about to cheat. But anyway,
No,
um,
but be like, I don't know. I
give
don't
them
know.
the heads
Even
up that you don't want to be with them. I hate when people
yeah.
just they cheat because they're too afraid to. They're people cheat for 1,000 reasons, but one of them is
Mm.
because they don't want to say it to the person's face. They just want to like get away with it and be with someone else, but they don't want to like man up and break it off.
Yeah, and again, even if it just if you do it just right before you cheat or whatever, by phone or whatever, at least you did it. Like, it's gonna hurt, she's gonna hate you, it's gonna be a whole thing anyways, because there's a lot of disrespect going behind the fact that you were about to cheat and still didn't say anything. But again, like, I feel so against it that I feel like those people are such cowards, and I hate that, and I will never help anyone do that. And if I knew someone was doing it to one of my friends, I would be like, hey, this is, or one of my friends is doing it, I will sit down with them and be like, this is not cool, like, we're
Totally.
not doing this.
Yeah. No, and I've been on the other side of it, so I
Mm.
could never do it, and then I could never help somebody.
Like, helping someone is even kind of worse
Yeah,
because you're
like
literally perpetrating the lie.
yeah, I don't understand if you're helping someone cheat, what is
Don't get involved, just let the three people or however many people are deal with it alone. Why would you help someone cheat?
yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, who was the worst kiss you had and what happened?
I don't recall a specific bad kiss, like probably one
Lucky
in like
you.
yeah, but if I don't remember if I have one, like, I don't have like a very,
Okay, that's fair.
probably like my first kiss was very awkward and very bad, but I don't remember like a bad one after that.
What was your first
They
kiss
were
like?
all basically like, I think I was 17. We were going to like this kind of club, and there was a guy and there was me, and we just kind of, in the club you don't really like talk much, you just kiss, and that was kind of it. Yeah, it's not romantic or anything.
Oh, wow. Mine was terrible, so that would probably be my answer, was my first kiss. And I like literally ran away and cried because he was my
No.
yeah, he first of all, the kiss itself was like terrible. Like it
Yeah, the
made
first kisses are always terrible. I would say
thinking
that
about
one
it,
for
thinking
sure.
about it now makes me like cringe.
Yeah.
Like it's that bad.
I feel like I blocked it. That's what I didn't say before. But that one would be a bad case. I just didn't know what I was doing. And I
Yeah.
think the guy was so like also not knowing what he was doing. So that was why it was bad. But it's not like I remember it every day as like the story, because it's not like a big story behind it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it was like my best friend that did it like at the time. And then
No.
he like kissed me and ruined like the friendship and I was like, "Why would you do that?" Like and like ran home. But yeah, that was mine. Okay, well, I think that was all of the questions. So that was fun. Thank you so much for coming on and drinking with me and getting vulnerable. I feel like we just like told all about our lives today, but that's okay. It was fun.
Yeah, I love that we are thriving now. Our 2021 selves are thriving. We're not peaking, but we're thriving.
We are not peaking. We're on the incline,
Hmm.
doing great things.
But
Um,
Miley Cyrus said that it was the climb, so we're good there.
oh my God, I'm dead. So we are going to record an episode on Camilla's podcast as well. So go over to her podcast and give that a listen. It'll be like a Would You Rather episode. So that's going to be super fun. But thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you, Camilla, for coming on tonight's episode. And be sure to follow Girl We Gotta Talk podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Bye.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. Yes.
Bye.
And YouTube now. All right. Bye.